Though, if we're just rambling about things, I'm kind of pissed off that this person spent sort of like millions of dollars that they acquired through just dubious means to buy liquidated assets, going back to like...
We have that limited run copy, like physical copy of Celeste, that is still in shrink wrap. If a copy of Celeste, like if a limited run copy like that gets a fucking like WADA 98 or something, I am opening that out of petty spite.
So today, Toadette has decided that I lose.
So Toadette is, I guess, the character rubber band to second place.
We're in the fucking loop where I had one good attempt that was fucked over by a blue shell, and now I'm just getting fucked over by everything. 150 is not a skill game, it is a luck game! Damn it. You can be perfect at the game, but the rubber banding and the items are just always gonna fuck you over. 150 is not a game of skill, it is a game of luck. It is a game of pure fucking luck. It is a game of you attempting to win until the game finally lets you get the perfect combination of items, and the perfect combination of items you get gives you the perfect ability to bypass the game's bullshit. You don't get hit by random last second red shell or last second blue shell. So again, we had a fucking point we were talking about in that other really good take until right at the fucking end where I just fucking lose, and now I'm just in the fucking Mario Kart loop where I can't fucking win. Of course that happens. Of course that happens. Fucking course that happens. Now it's just me being mad at the fucking cheating 150. Because I can get ahead, and I can play decently well, but because of the way the rubber banding works, because the game is faster and smarter, I can only maintain a lead so much, and the best way to maintain a lead is to just make sure I don't get hit.
It's just faster and smarter. I don't know if the game still does this or not. The game is literally programmed to prioritize the healing player over each other.
Now, I have enough of a fucking lead where that's not gonna matter.
Meaning, like, if you're in third or something, and someone is, and, like, you're behind the AI that's in second, they are more programmed to throw a shell
at the player,
at you than the guy ahead of them.
Just trying to focus. And you know it is! And it's a good, perfect example of what
like I said, the funny thing is when, like, you know, all the lightning and, like, blue shells and shit don't happen. 150 isn't that much worse.
Yeah. Oh, it's not that much worse because I can play the game decent enough because I'm pretty good at drifting and maintaining control.
I never got all triple stars on Mario Kart 7 because of this, because I didn't want to put up with 150's bullshit. Especially because, you know, that game is when the ranking system was shit to where you had to...
No, well, okay, yes, but if we're reiterating some points, Mario Kart 7's ranking system is an improved...
it's way better than Wii.
It's a version of a ranking system that is way better than Wii. We talked about
and
this.
DS. It's way better than both of them.
Where, essentially... It's now more streamlined, where the way it works is...
But a problem with, like, but I feel a problem with, because this is an example I will always bring up, because I feel this shows the flaw of the system. I got a single star when I first played, like, Mushroom Cup on 50cc, not because I was bad at the game. No, I came in first on everything, and because it was 50cc, the game was slow enough and dumb enough where I was in first for a majority of all the races. Literally, what tanked it at the end was Shy Guy Bazaar has an ending gliding section over a bottomless pit.
Ah, there it is.
I got hit by an item every time on that gliding section, and in doing so, because...
Ah!
Yeah, don't let the bomb went off. And in doing so...
No, when
like,
your character... hold on, cutting you off for a second. When your character does that, like, a victory, like, idle animation, it means they successfully hit something. Meaning my bomb caused...
Anyway, like I was saying, like, literally, what tanked my ranking was...
Now, what's funny, as I'm getting better and more used to these courses, and getting more akin to drifting and shit, 150 is not that bad, but it comes down to...
Well, that's why I brought up was the 7. Like, so because of that bottomless pit at the end of Shy Guy Bazaar, I got hit by, like, lightning or a blue shell on every lap of that fucking first race. And because I got hit over a bottomless pit, I got hit and then fell off the course. And that happening 3 times was basically enough to nearly tank the rank of the entire run, because then, I believe immediately after I got a single star, I played Mushroom Cup again. That didn't happen, and I get a triple fucking star.
7's ranking system, you have to not get hit by items, hit your opponent a bunch, and you have to get into first and maintain a certain amount of units of first place distance, and you have to do like that throughout the race. Coming in first place 4 times just isn't good enough, but the thing is, with the not getting hit rule, that also accounts for falling into pits and stuff.
That's why I said that single-handedly tanked the rank, because I not only would get hit by lightning, because it was in a gliding section over a pit, I then fell off the course. And that happened every
time.
Yeah. Something hit me right there, and like I said, that single-handedly tanked it. And the reason I know that is what single-handedly tanked it, when I then, after that,
of course,
replayed the
Of
cup.
course.
Actually,
However...
Wait, you might, because of the lightning, you might actually not...
No.
Oh, no, too far after.
You have to get... It's the initial spin-out hit gives you, like, iframes. So the thing...
So I ironically stopped like that, sort of combo shit from happening.
And here's the thing, I got enough of a lead this time, where the one fucking blue shell
didn't fully matter.
No, I was ranting about fucking RNG and shit. But the thing is, I could see someone, you're just complaining because you lack skill. I don't lack skill, but skill can only stop you from so much, where if you constantly get coins...
So I'm going to be that guy. Like, how do you perform better in a racing game than coming in first?
Well, this isn't just about the ranking thing. This is about...
I know it's just a general Mario Kart.
No, this is a point about fucking Mario Kart where people, when it comes to Mario Kart, like, I'm complaining about RNG, and people often in Mario Kart, to be kind of assholes, have this sort of annoying point of like, you're just complaining.
It's a racing game. How are you?
That's what I was trying to do this entire time.
Are you more skillful than being in first? Like, you're in first right now. It's like, how are you better? How do you get better than this?
Right. Of course. It's this arbitrary, like, with the Mario Kart, and I was building to just this other, like, we actually got to come up here, cool. I was building to just this arbitrary point, where, with the Mario Kart, that'll come in.
Hey, you have a super horn.
That'll come in handy.
We're good, hopefully.
I just need to focus. It was this thing about, like, Mario Kart, where, because with the fucking super horn and the one banana, if I absolutely need it, I will use it, and that will save my ass. The thing about Mario Kart, I was going to talk about people, when they defend the one ranking thing, defend this idea. I see it. I fucking see it.
I see it now.
Hold on. I have no defense, but...
We just need one.
I'm at the end, I just need...
Okay, we have a single banana, we're good.
Oh, and I had the fucking... And, perfect example, I won that time because I had a super horn. And, hold on. I had a super horn. And I said, if a blue shell comes, I'm getting rid of my banana. I'm going to wait for the blue shell to be circling around. And I'm going to use the super horn and hope I can maintain a lead. Then, you'll notice I blew up the blue shell and I maintained my lead. Then I got the one contingency banana as we used the gliding ramp. Because I was able to deflect a blue shell. Funny. It actually showed me exploding, that's great. I wanted to talk about the skill thing since we ended up on that tangent, missed successful attempt. People, when it came to Mario Kart, tried to make this full semantic argument that the true skill of Mario Kart isn't coming in first, but it's being able to dodge and maintain your...
And you see, I would agree with that if lightning and blue shell didn't exist. How do I dodge lightning? Like I said, you can't. You can't even super horn the lightning. The lightning is instant, and it affects everyone, no matter where you are on the course.
lightning is instant, hits everyone in the game.
Yes.
Literally everyone in the game.
Except the person. Okay, not literally everyone, except the person.
The person who uses it, but it hits everyone else, and it's instant. Blue shells can be dodged through a super horn or a really good mushroom timing.
Or if you're invincible from something else.
Star does make you invincible, so.
Or ironically, if you do get hit and are spinning out by something, when you're spinning out, you have iframe, so the blue shell can't, stun lock you.
Okay, angry attempt aside, that was fine enough. I just literally needed some slightly better luck. So we're probably about to stop. I can clean up the rest of those on my own.
Alright, before we stop, we did the top two. Did we do the bottom two courses?
I don't think the bottom two exist.
I thought it was 4. Oh, no.
Yep.
Oh, no, it is just 2.
Except it's a weird thing. It's these two.
Oh. Okay, we can go on through.
Did they all say? Yep. They all say that. I love the nonsensical gold dash. Lucky cat, turnip, propeller, rock, moon, spiny, acorn, cherry, feather, boomerang, and fruit.
When your last cup is the spiny cup, are we hypocrites for wanting that to be bullshit?
No. Well, the joke is, and this is just the magnum opus to end a Mario Kart on, is
the
like...
two theories of this are either this is going to be all Rainbow Roads, and the cup before it will be all Bowser's Castle, or this will be 2 Bowser's Castle
and 2 Rainbow Road. That would make sense, though.
Yes.
We can...
No, we can stop.
Stop in a second.
We come back wherever the hell this is.
Well, what we're probably gonna do to make this less redundant, I'm just gonna play 100 to do a basic thing between 50 and 150. And mirror mode's 150 anyway, so you can't say I didn't do a 150. Though, as a other quick point, because this always, amused me, you come in here, normal difficulty, but I can do normal CPUs at 150.
Yes.
But
you can do 150 or 200 speed, but have the AI of 50 or...
Yeah, and that's cool.
Uh-huh.
I was about to stop, though. You can...
That's, the correct way to play.
Anyway, to finish that other fucking point, it was people trying to, like, oh, you're just butthurt because you're not skilled enough, but it's like, what? Other than getting really good at maybe timing a fucking mushroom to dodge a blue shell, how is it skill to avoid the unavoidable? And that's why the ranking system...
Like I said, that's why I honestly use lightning as the bigger example there over the blue shell, because it's instant and there's literally no way to dodge it. You can at least get rid of the blue shell with the super horn.
Yeah, I'm in first. I'm gliding over the pit. Gliding up, lightning drops me in the pit. I lost the rank.
Like I said...
I need to be more skilled and make sure I'm never over a pit when lightning strikes.
Like I said...
But let's just account for the entire fuck...
Like I said, that shit literally happened to me on 50. And I'll always remember that, because that's a good example of, how RNG and shit's a Pokemon, and we need that.
What did I do?
I need to stop. We're probably going to record the Kirby demo today.
I was going to... Hey, the one failed attempt didn't take that long to rectify. And you'll notice, it only took 3 tries, but that third try was, I basically never got hit by a blue shell. Okay, that's technically not true. I got hit that one time at the end where it didn't matter. And then the other time I had the fucking... Now, the other thing, before I wrap up my point here, just to finish this other thought, when you are more familiar with the course, like I was after failing a couple of times, I was more easily able to get drift boosts. So there is some skill in 150, but because the AI will always be able to bridge gaps easier, there is still a lot of luck, because if I lose because of a blue shell or lightning, that's not because I played inherently badly. That's just the game says, fuck you.
And they don't do this as much anymore, but kind of in the older Mario Karts, the game can also literally cheat and get items in places they're not supposed to.
There's a video talking about that. The AI... There's the other thing! Damn it, we need to stop. We talked about this years ago, but there's the other thing the AI still does.
Which is...
So... Mario Kart is stupid. When you get an item, and it does that little rolly animation, it's not actually doing anything. The item has already been determined. It is just a slot roll so that the player has a fucking waste of time. Because the items are instant, the game already knows what you're going to roll. The AI, as soon as it hits a box, it just hands the AI the item, since the item has already been predetermined. That slot roll, it's not like it's rolling. They want you to think it's rolling through items. It's not. The game has already predetermined your item, because it determines by the items you get are based on your place, as in what, like, if you're first, second, but it's also based on how many seconds into the race it has been, and how far ahead every other racer is. So, after 30 seconds have passed, if first place is a certain amount of units ahead, then you get all the good shit. And this is supposed to make it so that at the beginning, everyone starting off can't just have, like, bullet bills and stars. But, because the AI can instantly get items, the AI automatically has a slight advantage, because while the slots are rolling for you, the player, I'm just finishing.
Basically, in 2-player, if 2 people pass through item boxes at the same time, they would both have to wait a minute before they could draw items. If you pass through it next to a game, the game instantly has a red shell and can throw it at you.
Yeah. Because the game already...
And you can't get defense out of it.
Yeah. You get that slot roll bullshit. I'm about to stop. I was just explaining that. Because the game automatically rolls... I'm just finishing this thought, and then I'm going to end. Since the game automatically rolls items, if you watch the AI, you'll just see them pull bananas and shells out of, like, nothing. It's like, how did the game get an item that fast? It's because the game has already been given the item, and the game gets a few extra items it shouldn't to make it a little bit arbitrarily harder. But, fuck, modern Mario Karts do not function how Mario Kart 64 does, because that is absolutely fucking...
What did that do? Because we're padding out for content at this point.
No, that's just a fucking tirade. So, 64... Damn it. And there's a famous Twitch clip of this. So, 64... I know we are padding, but this is a good story. So the blue shell existed as a way to hit first place so that the CPU on the N64 wouldn't have to render as much.
Yes.
But the game basically cannot render everyone's places properly. So the game does this really funny, stupid thing, and there's a famous Twitch clip of someone streaming and watching this happen. They're in Bowser's Castle, and, it's funny, because, like, it's the N64 Bowser's Castle, which isn't in this game, I don't believe it is.
No, that was...
Yeah.
That was in...
7.
7 or Wii, whatever.
You're right, I think you're right. Anyway. Yeah, because this is the new Bowser's Castle, and... Was there another Bowser's Castle in this game?
There's the Bowser City.
Okay, yeah, it's just the one Bowser. It's just the one Bowser's Castle. Okay, I had my Mario Kart remembered wrong. Because if it was, I couldn't remember. The one Bowser's Castle might show up in this, funny enough, but I'm trying to finish my thought. So it's because if the course was there, I could show the problematic spot. So in 64 Bowser's Castle, you basically... What? It is Wii, actually, now that you mention that. So, the N64 Bowser's Castle, you go through the castle, you go past the thwomps, you take a really sharp turn, then you're at a staircase, and there's this thick wall, you go down the stairs, take another sharp turn, you're now in the little garden where it's a bunch of grass, and it's a very snaky garden path that then goes to the bridge that goes across lava, back up to a castle wall to jump the wall to get back to start. So, someone is just, they're streaming the game, they're just racing, they're going down the path, they curve past the wall, they're in the garden, they're doing the snaking thing, going across the, like, very sharp garden path, and fucking Wario just drives out of nowhere. Motherfucker just appears from the sky and lands in the garden and passes them. Because the game allowed the AI opponents, they can just drive through walls if that means catching up to you. So, Wario just enabled no clip and because he drives through the wall that's up top, he just falls into the garden.
And people say 64 is the best Mario Kart?
We need to stop.
Yes, we do.
We did pad that out a little bit, but
Oh.
What's funnier as one extra padding point in this, just because this is also funny, the spot Wario happens to drive through happens to be a janky part of Collision where it is technically possible setting up a jump with a mushroom that you can clip through that wall.
Oh, so it was just a feature left in by the developers, then.
No, the AI literally drives through walls. If it means...
I'm sure it does.
No, we're about to literally end this. I was just explaining. The AI, to catch up and save on render, can just decide walls don't exist. So Wario just, instead of curving around, he went...
I felt like at that point the AI would just teleport, but I guess the only reason they drive through walls is so it will look natural on the mini-map. Because if they just teleport, they would literally just blink up.
They would... If they just teleported, that would be the game trying to render them just out of nothing. And the game can't exactly handle that, but it
Plus,
can...
again, on the minimap, that looked jarring as fuck to see them just warp up, so they just drive through walls.
They enable no clip. Okay.
We need to stop now.
I am going to explain a couple of things and then stop. On my own, I'm probably going to go clear out the rest of these ranks later. This way we can speed up showing off everything, because 50's kind of slow, 100's a middle ground, and you saw mirror mode. 200's its own fucking beast. And this is just to make showing the DLC quicker. Just so there is less redundant footage of just watching me play like 5 or 6 fucking times.
Yeah.
Because essentially, standard 100 and then a mirrored 150, I think, is fine. That way I did a 150 and it was mirrored, and that's different. But with all of that rambling over, we do need to stop. I will edit this later, and this is just going to be uploaded as I find some free time, probably over the weekend. But with all of that said, this has been Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. More specifically, the Booster Course Pass, Part 1 and 2, and likely 3 and 4, because I'm probably, since I did 100, 100, 150 mirrored, 150 mirror, this has probably been exactly 4 parts, because I can just call the cup a part. With that said, I hope you all enjoyed our look at the DLC. So, I'm about to fade into the end slate, but as always, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night, everybody. I hope you come back someday. See you later. Oh, yes! Never mind! Oh.
Especially because, remember, the one other good thing about the blue shell is after it's launched, it slides across the ground.
The ground for a few moments.
So it can hit.
I was more worried about fucking Jackass.
No, my point was it could have actually hit him before you lost it. Yep, there he is. What? You saw that, right?
Yeah, damn it.
And that's one of those, don't question it, just go.
It's time for the question of the day, my overall thoughts on the topic. So, anyway, how many of you prefer the ranking system in Mario Kart 8 and Mario Kart 8 Deluxe over the ranking systems from the older Mario Kart games? In my opinion, 8 and 8 Deluxe have the best ranking system, simply because all you have to do to get the best rank is come in first place in every course in the cup. That makes perfect sense, in my opinion. Whereas a lot of the older games ranked you on a bunch of arbitrary nonsense. I'm sorry, but ranking the player on getting hit is stupid because, like Curzon said, you cannot avoid lightning. You can avoid items like red shells if you carry an item behind you and use it as a defensive item. However, an item like lightning always hits everyone but the caster, meaning if the game constantly gets lightning, you could lose your rank simply because the lightning item was used multiple times during a cup. On top of this, if you happen to fall in a pit after you get struck by lightning, that will further decrease your rank, and again, that is more or less unavoidable unless you happen to be invincible during a lightning strike. But to be in first place and be invincible means you would have got an item like a star from an earlier point in the race ended up getting it into first place, and you decide to use the star at the perfect moment, and then lightning happens to strike, there is not a lot of wiggle room when it comes to avoiding lightning. And I really do think Carson's point was really good. Lightning is the worst item for killing your rink, simply because lightning basically always hits. And in the older games that did not have a traditional way to avoid a blue shell, that also basically means the blue shell can arbitrarily ruin your rank, simply because if you are in first place, it will hit you unless you happen to cross the finish line before the shell can reach you, and that also means being in first, you arbitrarily have a item that can pretty much ruin your rank simply because you're playing well and, staying in first place. Anyway, I'm done rambling. You can leave your thoughts, opinions, and answers in the comments, or you can leave them on social media. All of my social media links, as well as my Discord link, are in the video description. Now, as always, I need to be a shill for a minute if you subscribe to the channel, and if you follow me on social media, that really helps our communities grow. But anyway, I hope you all enjoyed the video, and I hope I will see you all next time. So, as always, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night, everybody. I hope you come back someday. See you later.